Shalom. Hello. Good morning. How do you do? What else can I say? I don't know. God bless everybody. I hope you are doing well. Today we have a lot of things to talk about. Obviously, Bitcoin. Well, yeah, we'll talk about it. We will talk about it. We will be live in 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Oh, guys, FOMO into the like button, because the like button is just like Ethereum. When you think it's going to go down, it keeps going up. And if we can get this stream to 3,000 likes during the stream, I will be giving away 0.1 BTC, which isn't worth as much today as it was yesterday. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is. I forget what Bitcoin was yesterday. Shout out to Jason Robertson, up 62% on an Ethereum long. He's doing real good. Hey, shout out to Robert Hamd. Shout out to you, brother. Thanks for being here. All right, y'all, we are officially live on this beautiful Monday. The sky is kind of blue, kind of cloudy. It's a little bit crisp. Thank you, everybody, for being here. May the Lord bless you in the name of Yeshua, Jesus, the Messiah. I do pray that you all are doing well and being blessed. We have some interesting price action today for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other coins. I want to go over it. In this video, I want to talk about what we can expect to happen for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, and really how we can get in on this price action. I think if we simplify things, mark out some levels, come up with some plans and ideas, we can get in on this price action. If you're sitting on the sidelines feeling like you're missing every good trade opportunity, stay tuned to the end of this stream, because I think we're really going to show you guys how you can get in on this price action. Congratulations to everybody who's been making those sick gains. Currently, I am in a lot of trades right now. I am in a Bitcoin short, up 76%. I am in a Bitcoin long, up 62%. An Ethereum long, up 190%. An XRP long, up 13%. And another Ethereum long over on MARGEX, up 50%. So MARGEX, if you guys are unaware, is an exchange I've been using recently alongside Bybit, and it's actually pretty cool. There's a link in the description if you're interested in it. But I'm starting to get the hang of it. You can have multiple longs and shorts open at the same time for different assets, and you only deposit Bitcoin, and with the Bitcoin you can trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, EOS, and YFI. So without having to actually exchange these assets, you can trade those assets, but your profit always is going to be in Bitcoin. So it's interesting. It's interesting. It is interesting. So the trades are doing quite well. I've already taken profits on this short, as I'm sure you can imagine. This is kind of a high leverage trade for me because I took the opportunity while it was at hand. Now, why did I enter the short? Well, guys, as a lot of you probably know, if you've been hanging around the VIP live streams, this was one of the trade setups that I was looking for yesterday. In fact, if we go to the live stream from yesterday and we just give it a play, I was talking about, I was looking to short from the $59,000 area. That's the scope that we're looking in right now, guys. Not necessarily a trade that you get in and get out, but a trade that you're holding longer term. Now, as far as shorts go, like I said, it would have been a good short to enter right up here at 59K. If the price happens to come back up to this area, okay, then look for another rejection. And if we get that, then I would be looking to short it from here. I put my stop loss. I would put it above 60K, and then I would, take profit down along the way. So yeah, that's exactly what I did. I had a sell order set up there on Bybit, and it got triggered in my sleep. And right now, it looks like we're getting a bounce off of this area right here. I already took and secured profits out of this trade, and the stop loss is in profit, so I don't have to worry about it during this stream. But guys, it is interesting. If we go to the daily time frame, I was noticing some things last night as I was pondering the price of Bitcoin before my slumber, as I often do, although I probably shouldn't waste my mind space with that before my slumber. But I was looking at how, even though we kind of are forming this rising wedge that a lot of different YouTubers have been talking about, as I'm sure you're aware, we also have been trading now on this other trend line right here. And we could even kind of pull this thing back a little bit farther to see that it kind of meets with this first trend line, and then we start bouncing off of this second trend line right here. And I just think it's very interesting that we're currently getting a bounce off of this trend line, this second trend line right here. So I think, our horizontal areas of support and resistance are still very valid for our ranges. That's why, I shorted the 59. Well, I think it was 58.9-ish that I actually shorted from. And now it's no surprise to me that we're getting the bounce off of this trend line. If we go to the 1 hour, we can see that we found some really nice support right along this trend line as well, which is a good sign to me that we might be heading back in the other direction. Might be. Something else that I noticed here was that the fib retracement, if we take it from the swing low here to the swing high up here, we're getting a perfect bounce off of the 618. So that's just a double support right here. The 618 is acting as our support for the past 4 hours, as well as this diagonal support right here. And if we turn on that new Market Cipher indicator as well, let's see here. Where is that? The new Market Cipher indicator. Oh man, DBSI. On the lower time frames, like on the 12-minute, at least it was before I did the stream, it looked like we had more bullish strength than bearish strength, but now it's looking like we have more bearish strength than bullish strength. Interesting. Well, I'm keeping my eye on this because really, the fact that we're getting, this bounce right here, this indecision, is a sign to me that we may possibly be coming up again to test these areas. And again, what I am expecting here, let me turn off these trend lines just so we can look at our horizontals only. what I really am kind of expecting here is if we're able to break above this region with momentum. See, every time we come up here, we're losing momentum. We come up and the 1 hour is about to cool off as soon as we're coming up to the top. Same over here. We come up and we're printing, lower and lower as the price is printing higher highs. The momentum is printing lower highs. If we can come up through this region right here with fresh momentum, then I do believe we're going to hit the $61,000 level. And then if we come above that, the 63.5, and if we come above that, we will test a new all-time high. And when I say we will test it, obviously, guys, I can't know that for certain. But this to me is a sign that we've actually formed some kind of support here on the 618, which is also, as I was just saying, not only just the 618, but it's also this horizontal trend line. And the 1 hour does look like it's about to form a bottom here. It looks like it's about to form a bottom. If we go to the 30-minute, we can see that we are forming bottoms. We still have this red trigger wave right here. But if we go to like the 12-minute, we can see that we're actually forming a bullish divergence on the 12-minute, where we have been printing lower lows and then higher lows on the momentum. So to me, this is a good sign that we are going to see the price action come back up. And so this, in my mind, might not necessarily be a bad place to at least enter into a, well, this is obviously not financial advice, but assuming we're able to hold the 618 as our support and this bullish divergence plays out, it's not a bad place to at least ride the price action back up to this level here. Of course, if we lose this support and we lose the 618, then I am expecting us to come back down to the bottom of that wedge, which is right down here, to this other line, or potentially even down to our horizontal level at 54.5 thousand. Yeah, guys, FOMO into the like button. We got about 500 people in here. Wow, 500 people. And we only have 100 likes. Like I say, guys, if we can get this stream up to 3,000 likes, I will give away 0.1 BTC on this stream. Or if I can't do it on this stream, I will do it on the next stream. So tell your kids, tell your wife, tell your friends, share it on all your social media networks. Make sure Mark Zuckerberg knows about this stream, because man, 0.1 BTC, that's a lot of money these days. That's like $7,000. That's like $7,000. Isn't that crazy? That is crazy. Yeah, that's right, Katya Olivan. 0.1 BTC. Man, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's an interesting question, Premier Crypto. Yo, do you look at funding rates? Bitcoin and Ethereum are very high for the longs, thinking whales may look to step in soon. Interesting. Potentially, yes. Okay, so let me go back to the daily time frame, and let me turn off these kind of lines here. And basically, guys, the way I am approaching the Bitcoin is, I'm trading it as if we are in a range, right, where this is the high of the range around 59K, and then this is the low of the range around 53.2, and then there's other areas that I've been looking to enter as lows, which have been obviously this daily level at 54.5 is an area I look to enter at the low of the range. And now, of course, we have our trend lines. We have our trend lines, this diagonal trend line as being a place to look to enter, and then this as being a place to look to enter as well. But of course, I prefer the horizontal lines more than I do the diagonal lines. And every time we come up to the top, I'm looking to short and every time we come down to the bottom, I'm looking to long until Bitcoin breaks above this region or breaks below this region right here. I don't see any reason to try and think about any price action that's happening above this area yet, because right now our focus needs to just be in this area. This is where the price action has been. This is where we need to focus. This is where we are going to find most of our trades. So how are we going to find the good entries for Bitcoin? Well, let's say that you were shorting here, but then Bitcoin gets a bounce somewhere in here. How do we know where it's going to bounce? If we want to take it, let's say we come down to this area, and then we want to take it back up to the top. Instead of waiting for price to come all the way down here, can we still enter trades? And the answer is yes, we can. What we need to do is we need to find levels that we can trade. Levels that we can trade, that we can use to long or short depending on where the price action is. And one of the best ways to do that, in my opinion, is using Fibonacci retracement, the good old Fibonacci retracement tool. It's never lets me down. It sometimes lets me down, guys. It sometimes lets me down, but most of the time it does not. And so we're just going to use a combination of Market Cipher and the Fibonacci retracement tool to find those good entries. So, for example, let me just give you a quick example here. You know, I shorted this this level right here in my sleep. I shorted it down. It probably am up about almost 2% right here, about 2%. Of course, this is a higher leverage trade that I'm in, so I usually don't use higher leverage, guys, but I did this time, and so it's up 92%. It's up 92%. Okay, yeah, maybe. So yeah, it's up 92%. Okay, just doing a little experimentation here with some leverage, guys. Don't do what I do. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our fib retracement tool from the swing low. Once we see we're rejecting a level, we need to find support levels that we can look to catch a bounce off of. Right? If we know, okay, we moved up and now we're going to move down. Shout out to Super Googly, his fib never lets him down. Shout out to Robert Hom, who says, thanks for teaching me how to use the fib in your course. Yeah, guys, the course, we go into the fib big time. So if you see we're rejecting off a level, and in this case we're rejecting off of this trend line perfectly, right? That trend line of the wedge. You see, okay, we're getting the rejection. Once you see we're getting the rejection, this is the perfect time to take off your fib to look for a level of support that we can trade off of. We're going to pull our fib. We're going to come over here to the pitchforks. We're going to select the fib retracement tool right here. We're going to click it on the swing low. We're going to drag it up to the swing high, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to look for the price to find some kind of reaction on these levels. Now, the most common places for price to find a reaction is the 382, the 0.5, and the 618, okay? What this is doing is this is measuring percentages of the initial move. So this is 100% from the swing low to the swing high. And then on the way down, these are percentages. So this is 38.2%, 50%, 61.8% of that initial move. What we're going to do is we're going to look for price to come down to one of these levels. And we're going to look for Market Cipher to be printing a bottom while we're also finding support on one of those levels. You're not just going to wait for it to come down to a level. Because you could say, okay, look, we're getting the bounce off the 382, let's go long, but what happens? We come down lower. Why? Because when we're bouncing off the 382, Market Cipher is not showing that we're printing a bottom. Okay, we want to see a bottom. And preferably, we want to see something even more so like this, where it looks like, you know, we're printing a bullish divergence, where we have the low, and then a lower low, and then a lower low. But then on Market Cipher, we have a low, and then a higher low, and then a higher low. And then we're finding the support right here, trading sideways, and Market Cipher is about to print an even higher low right here. This is what we want to look for to catch a nice kind of a bounce off of there. And even if we go back in, even if we just come down to here, right, this would have been a super nice little scalp trade, or you could have entered here and still be in the trade if you had taken profits, because look, we come down to bounce off the 618, and Market Cipher is also printing us this bottom right here. If we go down to the lower time frames, like the 6 minute, we can kind of see the same thing here, where we're printing the lower price, and then Market Cipher is giving us the higher direction here. And so objectively, this would just be a good entry, because you have a lot of confluence here. You have the bullish divergence. You have finding the support on the 618. You have Market Cipher printing the bottoms on the 6 minute. It looks like the money flow is starting to curve back up. The way you could long this is entering right here. You put your stop loss below the swing low to say, okay, if we lose the 618, I need to get out of the trade. And you would set your take profits. First take profit would be at the 382. The second take profit would be at the 58.8, and the third take profit would be up here at the wedge. This would be a nice trade setup. Objectively, it's a good trade setup simply because you have a very clearly defined point of invalidation below this low, right? Because if we continue to put in lower lows, get out of the trade, and wait for the next area. The thing that makes me a little hesitant here is the fact that, even though we've had this bullish divergence, it hasn't really played out. In fact, we're just kind of consolidating right now on the 618, and we keep printing lower, waves on the Market Cipher B. But that's how you're going to find those entries. And the thing is, if you end up getting stopped out of this trade, it's not really a big deal because you didn't risk a lot, right? You risked 0.6%. That's not very much. If you're using good risk management, that's not a lot. Because here's the thing, you're going to lose trades. You're not going to win every single trade. You are going to get stopped out of trades. If you're using good risk management, those losses will not hurt you because the wins will outdo your losses. Right now, my Ethereum longs are doing well. My XRP long looks like it might very well get stopped out in profit though, so not to worry. This Bitcoin short is doing extremely well. This Bitcoin long is doing pretty well as well. This Bitcoin long will get stopped out in profit if we come down low enough. I'm not expecting us to come down low enough for this long to get closed out. But this short, I've already taken the profits. And again, the reason I entered short here, guys, is because I was waiting for the price to get to this area. It is something that I was talking about in yesterday's VIP live stream.
Back up to this area, okay? Then look for another rejection, and if we get that, then I would be looking to short it from here. I put my stop loss. I would put it above 60K, and then I would, take profit down along the way.
So that's this is what I was waiting for. I had my sell order right there. And guys, if you want to get these VIP live streams, you can become a Patreon at patreon.com/Jason Casper, and both the VIP level 1 and level 2 will give you these live streams, and I actually talk about trade entries that I'm looking to take in the near future. Yes, so looks like, guys, we very well might be losing this 618 region. Right now we're bleeding down, and so let me see here. Let me come to the 4 hour. It is kind of a shame. It is kind of a shame because I really was kind of hoping that we would break through this level here. If we put on this trend line, we need to really watch what happens during this 4 hour candle. If we lose this trend line, then we will come down probably to this trend line right here. And if we come down to this trend line right here, I would definitely be looking to add to my long position. And I will not close my long position unless we actually lose this level right here, 54.5. But let's take a look at the macro for Bitcoin. So on the daily time frame, it actually looks like we might be coming to a top here. And if we do, that might not be the best thing. Let's go to the 2-day. The 2-day looks still pretty nice. If we can get a nice bounce off of these areas, and the 2-day can actually close and break above that $59,000 level, we could see this thing come up pretty high, and it would be really nice. Shout out to Rusky Volk, who says, "Do I have a Patreon kind of like CryptoFace where you show us all your plays?" I don't ever show all my plays. I show trades that I'm very confident in, because a lot of times when I'm entering trades, I don't want to say that I'm not confident, but I don't know if I'm necessarily confident sharing all the little, if I was to take a little scalp here and there. But a lot of the trades I do show. Last week we showed a lot of I showed a lot of trades in here for Bitcoin and altcoins, and we did very, very well. But remember, this is not financial advice, and these trade setups, they're just for paper trading only, right? For paper trading only. Like this long that we entered right down here at 55.4, and then we ended up hitting all of the take profits for that trade. That was pretty nice. And then a whole bunch of altcoin trades too I posted here. And last week was a really good week for these altcoin trades. I mean, we were just killing it. But it's not financial advice. It's not, these are not meant to copy, like, if anything, just for you to see how I do my TA. And if you want to follow along, you can open up a paper trading account and follow along. It's for entertainment purposes only. You guys know that this is not financial advice, and if by any reason you think this is financial advice, and you take it as such, not only will you lose all your Bitcoin, all your Ethereum, all your XRP, all your Dogecoin, but you're going to lose all your fiat currency. Your car's going to get repoed. Your house is going to get repoed. Your boss is going to fire you. Your wife is going to leave you. Your kids are going to stop talking to you. Your friends, you're going to get into a big fight with all your friends. You'll have no friends, no wife, no life, no job. And to make things worse, you're going to burn your tongue on a super hot cup of coffee. And then you won't be able to taste anything for the next 2 days. You're going to have this painful tongue. You're going to stub your toe on the dresser on the way to the bathroom when you have to pee in the middle of the night, all because you thought this was financial advice. Your weave will fall off, says J-Boy Bullish. Roberto Hernandez, is there a way to access the VIP Discord yet? Become a Patreon, patreon.com/Jason Casper. And also, guys, if you want to learn how to do all this TA stuff, check out JasonCasperTrading.com. There's a link in the description of the video. I'll even drop you guys a discount. This is my trading course where I go over everything you need to know to gain the knowledge and skills you need to become a confident, profitable trader. This goes over everything, all the technical analysis stuff. Assuming you've never traded before, assuming you have never ever traded before, this goes over everything you need to know about technical analysis, how to find the levels that you need to trade off of, how to use volume, how to use support and resistance, how to use Fibonacci, how to do top-down analysis, how to find confluence, how to trade patterns, how to identify fake-outs, stop losses, take profit levels. We go over how to use Market Cipher in detail. And then we actually give strategies that you can use, that I use, that many people use already, that are profitable. But then mostly the goal of this course is to teach you how to create your own trading strategy that you can use with confidence, so that it doesn't matter what I'm doing, it doesn't matter what any other YouTuber is doing. You can have your own plan and stick to it, because that's one of the most important things about trading, guys, is once you have a plan, you need to come up with a plan. You need to stick to that plan. Okay? Somebody says that Ethereum and Bitcoin are plummeting. They're plummeting. Let's see. Is Bitcoin plummeting? Well, it's definitely going down. That's for sure. It's definitely going down. My Bitcoin long is still up 56%. My short is up 103%. And guys, this brings up a good point. It's very important to have multiple trading accounts. Multiple trading accounts. Because then you will be able to capitalize on those swings and those day trades. Like right now, I'm literally long and short on Bitcoin at the same time. Both of the trades are in profit at the same time. I've already locked in profits for these trades. They are both guaranteed to be winning trades. If you have 2 accounts or more, like I'm actually have 3 accounts pulled up right here. I've got 3 accounts. I have an Ethereum trade. I have 2 Ethereum trades going on, 2 Bitcoin trades going on. This will allow you to find those good trades while not missing out on those good swing trades. It's a great way to do it. Blues Cats and Baby says I'm too zoomed in. I am zoomed in, guys. I don't like to show the amount of money in dollar value that I'm putting on these trades, and the reason is because I'm a firm believer, and even in my Discord, I don't let people post the dollar value of their trades because it's irrelevant. How much money somebody's making on a trade is absolutely irrelevant. What matters is the percent. What matters is the percent. If you're a new trader and you only have $500 to trade with, okay, and you're a young kid, you have $500, you're going to start trading, you're not going to be raking in, if we're not CryptoFace, right? I'm not putting $10 million on a trade, raking in, $800,000 overnight when Elon Musk tweets, right? I'm not making $800,000 a night. And if you're a kid and you only have a couple $100, you're not going to be making what I'm making. And my point is, it doesn't matter how much money somebody's making. We're here to develop the skill of trading, the skill of finding good entries, the skill of growing our account percentage-wise. It doesn't matter how much money it is. It matters the percentage, because if you can get the skill down with $500, then that will translate over if you have $500,000 or $500 million. It doesn't really matter. The principle and the skill is the same. And this channel is all about edumacation here. And, so I don't like to... I don't like to do that. So I just show the percentages because that's all that really matters here. That's all that matters. So that's why I'm zoomed in there. So, all right, cool. Let us continue on here. Let's take a look at Ethereum. So basically, guys, for Bitcoin, really what I want to see, and I'm not feeling it too much right now, but I want to see us bottom out on the 30-minute and the 1 hour. If we can print another green dot on the 30-minute, and if the VWAP on the 1 hour is starting to look like it's coming up instead of down, because right now the VWAP on the 1 hour looks like it's coming down more. It looks like we're going to get an extended wave here and maybe bottom out lower. But once we see that we're bottoming out on the Market Cipher B 1 hour, that's where I would look to absolutely close out my short for sure. This short over here, close it out, and look possibly to enter a long from that same account. So, and again, I'm using the fib levels here from the swing low to the swing high to see where we're actually going to find that support. And so far we have found a very, very good support on this trend line slash 618. So we shall see what happens. So keep that in mind, guys. If you're looking to get into a long, if you're using Market Cipher, this is a very, this right here is objectively a good entry, not financial advice, paper trading only. And if we lose that level, then I'd be looking for, down here, and I'm also looking for Market Cipher on the 1 hour to really this VWAP starting to curve up, starting to look like we're about to print that bottom. Because once we print the bottom on the 1 hour, then it translates over to the Dos hour and the Trace hour, and then the Cuatro hour, and then the Cinco hour. I bet you guys didn't know I could count in Spanish, but now you know. All right, so Ethereum. Ethereum is a nice coin here to trade. Man, guys, Ethereum is out of control. It is on fire. These are the levels that I am using for Ethereum. Let me turn off the VPVR and just show you guys. These are the levels that I am using to trade Ethereum. Okay. James McCullen. Shout out to James McCullen, who says the golden pocket is where it's at. Alfredo Corona just added to his position at 57,400. Are you long or short, bro? Let me know. Let me know. Okay, so Ethereum, guys. We have come up above this fib target right here. We got a perfect retest and then a bounce from that area. If we go to the 8-hour, we can see that things are looking kind of bullish, kind of. If we go to the 12-hour, we can see things are looking not so bullish. If we go to the daily, it's giving us mixed signals, as Ethereum normally does. Now, with Ethereum, guys, if you follow the channel, you know that I have gotten my shorts pulled down around my ankles many times in the past few weeks trying to short Ethereum. I think I've had a few small wins, and I've had a few small losses, and I've had a few break-evens. And so I've really just been longing Ethereum pretty much nonstop for the past a long time. I forget exactly how long it's been now. I think I got in pretty low. I think it's 2 weeks ago when I started to actually just long this, and this is actually, I had to do that trade in 2 chunks because I accidentally closed out my whole position. I had to open a new position. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is these levels right here are the fib extension target levels, and so far, as you can see, they have been extremely respected. They've been extremely respected by Ethereum. When we come up, we find that we find perfect support and resistance at each one of these levels. It just is very clear that whenever we come to these levels, we get that sticking point. And so clearly the price is respecting these levels. If we go to the 4-hour, we can see it even more clearly. So really, the way that I would be looking to do this is, first of all, if you're looking for an Ethereum long, assuming the uptrend continues, guys, because here's the thing. This is very overextended, extremely overextended. It would be very difficult to try and time the top here. So if we're assuming that the uptrend is going to continue, then we should be looking for long positions. But we need to keep in mind that it's risky. It's risky to long at an all-time high. It's risky to do that. But if we need to do it, and we want to do it, then we should be waiting for price to do just what it did here, where it comes up above one of these levels, retests, and then long that bounce. That's the way I would do it, if I'm looking for it. And then there's other ways to get in. Like, what are we going to do if price is between 2 levels? How are we going to trade it if price is between 2 levels? Like right down in here where we keep rejecting off the resistance. If we keep rejecting off a resistance, how are we going to find a good entry? Because there are plenty of entries to buy low as we're rejecting off this resistance. If you're waiting for Ethereum to come all the way down and test the previous fib level here, how are you going to find a good long entry? Well, the way we're going to do it is we're going to use our fib levels. And I know, people probably get tired of me talking about them fib levels, but what you're going to do is you're going to pull out your Fibonacci retracement. You're just going to pull it out in the middle of public. Everyone's going to be looking at you. They're going to be gasping. He just pulled out his fib. Who does he think he is, George W. Bush? You're like, yep, because I'm a patriotic American, just like George W. Got integrity and honesty, just like the old G-dubs. And you're going to take your fib, you're going to pull it from the swing low to the swing high, okay? And there's a few ways to do it, okay? But it's really, if you see we're rejecting off of a resistance, you're going to pull out that fib from the swing low to the swing high. You're going to go down to a lower time frame. And what you're going to do is you're going to look for a place where price is bouncing off one of these fib levels while we're also printing a bottom on Market Cipher. So check it out. Check it out, guys. We reject off the resistance. Okay, right here we're bouncing off a level, but we're not really printing that bottom on Market Cipher yet. We come up, we come down. This time, we are actually printing the bottom on Market Cipher. We're printing a nice big old globe bottom right here. And this is telling us, okay, now we're getting the real bounce. And that's exactly what happens, right? We're getting the real bounce. If we want to go even deeper and drill even deeper, what we would be looking for is we're going to pull that fib. Then we're going to go down to maybe the 6-minute time frame. And on the 6-minute time frame, check this out, guys. This is where the money is. On the 6-minute time frame, we're getting the price is coming down. And actually, I should pull that from here. We could see it more clearly right here. The price is coming down, yet the momentum is coming up. That is a bullish divergence. We want to be looking for those divergences. We want to be looking for those bottoms. We want to be looking for price to come to one of these fib levels, and then we go over to Market Cipher. And if we go to the 1 minute, on the 1 minute, that's where we can really catch things, because we'll see it in such crisp detail. The detail will be extremely crisp on the 1 minute. Like right here, look at this on the 1 minute. As we are getting the bounce on the 1 minute, we see clear the divergence coming down. Was that the entry that we were looking at? No. I'm sorry. This was the entry that we were really looking at here. Allow me to zoom in with my magnifying glass. Actually, the 1 minute isn't looking that great. I have to be honest with you guys. The 1 minute is really not looking that great. That's why I have to use multiple time frames, right? Because on the 1 minute, I don't really see a divergence at all. I see the opposite of a divergence. So that's why we're going to be looking just at lower time frames in general. On the 12 minute, we did see the divergence, and we're going to stack all the probabilities in our favor. Say, okay, we're at a fib level. We see a divergence. We see the direction. That would be a good place to enter. And we can do that on the way down, and we can also do that on the way up. Here's what I mean by that, y'all. Here's what I mean by that. Let's say we have surpassed a fib level, right? And we're like, well, man, how am I going to ever find a long position, because I don't believe Ethereum is ever going to come down to here. Again, ever. We're never going to see a 3,987.05 cent Ethereum ever again. How am I ever going to find a long position? Well, for this, we're going to take our fib. We're going to pull it from the swing low to the swing high, right? And what we're going to do now is we're going to flip this thing upside down. We're going to flip this thing upside down, this fib right here, by double clicking it and going to reverse. And now this thing is upside down. What this does is this gives us targets of resistance to look for small rejections off of these areas, okay? These intermediate fib areas. And there's a lot of different ways to do it, guys. There really is a lot of different ways to use your fibs to find those targets. But really, you can use your fibs to find, first of all, mark your main levels, and then use fibs to find intermediate levels. And again, if you want to learn how to do this in detail, check out the trading course, jasoncaspertrading.com. Let me drop a discount. in the chat here. Yeah, let me drop a discount in the chat here. It's good until May 16th. It says, Jason is so dang cool. Okay. Jason is so dang cool. I'm going to just pop it in here. There it is. Shout out to Ruski Volk, who says, just became a level 2 Patreon for you, my man. Thanks. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you, seriously. And may the Lord bless you. There's a weekly green candle. Yeah, guys, FOMO into the like button. The Litecoin ETH pair. Interesting, Alfredo Corona. You know, I haven't really been trading the ETH pairs, but I probably should. Okay, so yeah, that's it for Ethereum. And guys, I have a lot of potential trade setups for Ethereum that I'm really eyeing up. That would be really, really nice swing trades to take. And so I've got my plans. I've got my plans for Ethereum. Right now, to be honest with you guys, Ethereum and Bitcoin both looking, well, Ethereum is looking like it needs to come down a little bit more. It's looking like it needs to cool off. It really is. We've come up and we've cleared this level of resistance. We've gotten the retest on the lower time frames. I'd be curious to see, do we get a retest on the higher time frames as well, like the daily? I would really like to see us potentially wick down here and come back up if the uptrend is going to continue. I'm not looking to short Ethereum, guys, because every time I do, it doesn't turn out the best. So I'm basically holding my longs, taking the profits on the way up. And I don't have the time to short Ethereum, but you totally can short Ethereum because we do get rejected, especially if we go down to the lower time frames, right? We totally get rejected off of all these levels in here. There's plenty of opportunity to short if you're a scalper. For me, I just don't have the time. Shout out to everybody in the Discord. Everybody in the Discord who is shorting and doing all this awesome TA in the Discord, the free Discord. Man, you guys are some scalpers. You guys are some serious scalpers. Yeah, shout out to Oki who says that I'm giving away 0.1 Bitcoin if it gets to 3,000 likes. Yeah, guys. Yeah, I am. I don't know why I just went Arnold Schwarzenegger on you. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's Litecoin, I'm super bullish on Litecoin as well. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Litecoin, man, is, this is not financial advice, but, whoa, I don't know how that happened. This is not financial advice, but just pointing out the fact that Litecoin is currently touching, for the second time in the past few hours, getting a double tap of this support right here. Just pointing out that, we have this going on here. So, I don't know. You interpret that as you will. I will say this. Market Cipher is looking like we need to come down a little bit more. Or at least consolidate a little bit more. But as many of you know, I am extremely bullish on the Litecoin. These were my targets. We came up and did not hit this target, but these are the fib extension levels for Litecoin. And, sooner or later, guys, we are going to have a major market correction. And, keep your eyes out for these coins, for Bitcoin, especially for Ethereum and Litecoin, these coins that have just been pumping nonstop. Keep your eyes out on these lower levels where you can find lots of confluence to enter a nice long. Like, for example, if Litecoin can come down to here, we can see that this is a daily level of support. It's a high volume node. It's also a previous resistance right up here. And it's kind of finding confluence with the daily, right? If we pull our fib from the low to the high, assuming that we are actually rejecting off of here right now, just assuming that we are, we can see that it's also the 0.5 retracement, right? So if we get a major correction, be looking for these low levels to enter along. And remember, guys, it's important that we long supports and short resistances. I know a lot of people have problem longing when we're dipping down so much, but if you're using Market Cipher to catch those bottoms, if you're using levels of support and resistance, Fibonacci, volume, you will be good. You will be good. All right, let me pop into the chat here and see if we have any questions. Alfredo Corona says, Bitcoin is struggling so bad. Why will Bitcoin dump? It hasn't even pumped yet. Well, Bitcoin, Alfredo, is in my mind, is just kind of chilling. It's been chilling while some of these altcoins have taken the spotlight. Yeah, so, the 1 hour, we're coming down below the last low, We put in a lower low here because this blue candle came down, came up, and we're coming down lower. Let's turn on some volume and see if we can, see if we can find some other targets for Bitcoin to come down to. Because honestly, guys, the truth is, if we lose the 618 it's likely that we're gonna come lower. Like if we lose the 618, honestly, I would really be, because we have a high volume node right here. I would be really looking for us now, if we lose this, to come down to this. Because not only is it a horizontal, it's also a diagonal. It's also a high volume node. I'd be looking for us to come down to there. We shall see, though. We shall see. We might come down to 56 as well, because we have a lot of volume at 56. Let me see here. Wow, how in the world did that happen? I thought that my XRP short would have gotten stopped out in profit. That's pretty weird. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Stand by. Stand by for 1 second here. I just got to do some stuff. This is very strange. What happened there? Did my stop loss not get triggered? Oh, I know what happened. My stop loss. My stop loss is not. It's in profit, but it's still below my entry because I already took out so much profit. But I am going to close that position right now. Stand by 1 second, guys. Stand by. Apologize for this. Let me see. What exactly happened here? Okay. Okay, cool. I am stopped out of that trade, and I don't want to stay in it right this moment because I don't have the ability to pay attention to it, and I've already taken out profits from it. And here we are, back again. Boom. Let's take a look at the old Ripple, actually. Let's take a look at the old Rip. The old Ripple. So, this is actually an old trade that I was in. And I'm no longer in it. I longed this level right here, 1.39, wrote it up to 2 take profits, came down, actually got stopped out in profit down here. Then last night I actually entered long, and I guess had some take profit levels set. I was going to target this again, but now I am I guess I entered at this take profit level right here. Entered here, had some small take profit level set. Kind of a bummer to see it crash back down, but I'm going to remove this now. If we go to the daily, see, I'm still kind of bullish on Ripple. But the past few days have not been the best. They have definitely not been the best. We've been coming down. We've been printing this red wave. Looks like we might get a nice little boost here, but the last time we got that green dot for Ripple, it didn't really do much for us. If we go to the 2-day, not looking the best. The 3-day, definitely not looking the best, guys. So, oof, the 4-hour looking horrible for Ripple. We've got the money flow crossing from the green into the red, and we've got this low red dot here, which is a sign that, we're coming down. We are coming down. So I'm kind of glad I exited out of that position. All right, let's get back to the chat. And see if we got any any questions or comments here. Count Zeppelin says BTC still strong. He Bangs the Drum says XRP please no. 3 hour and 4 hour blood diamond on Ripple. Yeah. Eesh. He Bangs the Drums. Yeah, don't worry, He Bangs the Drums. I won't let the banks shake me from my corn holdings. I'm a corn guy, but here's the thing: I'm also a trader, so I do want to make money. Short XRP, asks Robert Hamd. It's looking like we're coming down more. So I cannot give financial advice, but definitely I would be looking. Here's the thing: I don't like to short supports. And right now, let's check it out. Did we retest? We just fell right through here. I don't know. I would like to short if we can come up and retest and reject off of this. That's where I would really. Because right now I don't have any reason to short this. Let me pull out the fib. I mean, right now we're bouncing off the 618. Maybe if you wanted to, I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't say, because I wouldn't be looking to short XRP right here. I would not. That's just me. I'm too conservative. Y'all know how conservative I am. Binance says all withdrawals are temporarily suspended. Is that true? Binance says all withdrawals are temporarily suspended on Binance. That could be why maybe we're experiencing some kind of dip here, onion dip. Let me pop back into the chat here. Yassine Fredge is losing in his trades, doesn't have much money, but is stressing. If you're losing in your trades, bro, honestly, my advice is always, if you're in a position that you would not enter, you should get out of the position. Because right now you're basically just gambling that the price will go back up. Instead, what you should do, Yassine, is you should have a plan going into a trade. If you have a plan going into a trade, then your losses will be calculated and in check because you have your stop loss. Also, it will keep you from losing too much. And once you have that plan going into the trade, then no matter what happens, you don't have to stress, man. You don't have to stress. Did you do technical analysis before the trade and enter the trade with a plan, or did you just enter a trade willy-nilly? And I don't mean to sound harsh, but the truth is, we can't just enter trades and then hope that they go in our way. That's how we lose money, and that's how we stress. Shout out to Daniel Prinsloo in the chat. Daniel Prinsloo. A fine young chap, a fine young man. May the Lord bless you, Daniel, in the name of Yeshua the Messiah. He has a question. With trading, do psychological markers motivate investors? Yes, they do. I would say that absolutely psychological levels of support and resistance influence the markets. 60K Bitcoin was a big psychological level. The 4,000 ETH level, the 3,000 ETH level, the 2,000 ETH level. But I would say that they do not influence the market as much as the technical levels in general. That's just my opinion. Amiri wants to know, what was my discount code? Let me put the discount code back into the chat for you guys for the trading course. It's called Jason is so dang cool, which I am. If you guys didn't know that, if you didn't know, I am. Just saying. How often do I redraw my lines? Natalie wants to know. I every week I redraw my lines, and then every day I reassess my lines, look for other high volume nodes, look for trend lines and stuff like that. But yes. Mostly I do it on a weekly basis. What indicator do I use for volume profile? I just use the one in TradingView, the VPVR which you can find by going to your indicators and typing in visible range. Visible range. Yes, yes. Wow, this is crazy, guys. This is absolutely crazy. We're dumping. I got my shorts on. I got my long pants on. Everything's kosher. Baruch Hashem. Discuss guy, how can I learn this business? I'm completely new. Well, Discus guy, obviously, like, I do recommend, for me, I would take the trading course, jasoncaspertrading.com. The reason why I recommend taking the course is because I know obviously it's the course I made, but this is the course that I would have wanted if I was totally new to this. Like, this is what I would have wanted if I was totally new to this. So that's why I made this, because it goes through step by step. What would I want to know if I was totally new? It cuts through, because a lot of times you'll take trading courses and they give you so much information, you just can't absorb it all at once. I think this is a great foundation if you're totally new. Okay, obviously this would be a foundation platform for you to grow from. But in my mind, these are the essential things you need to know to actually start being successful, and then you can build upon this by taking other courses, by reading other books. But check it out. And the goal of this is to get you to the point where you feel confident trading, right? And I feel like a lot of times people try to overcomplicate things. This is just a simple support, resistance, using Market Cipher, risk management, and I think you'll be good to go. That's just me. iTrade says, I trade price action and fibs. What is Market Cipher used for? Market Cipher I use as my indicator to show me tops and bottoms, basically. To show me the tops and the bottoms. Market Cipher is a super powerful tool. And especially Market Cipher B, this thing is just an extremely powerful tool. You can see that it's very good at timing the bottoms, right? Just check it out. You know, it prints a bottom, and it's giving me confluence with my price action. Because you know, right here, for example, you know, we're printing a bottom, we get a nice move to the upside. We see that the momentum's coming up more, we get another nice move to the upside. And this is actually, you know, how I find a lot of my trades. When we're coming down to a fib level, I look at Market Cipher to know, okay, is this fib level actually going to give me the bounce or not? Because here, let's pull out our fib. Let's pull out our fib just as an example here, right? We'll take it from the low to the high. Take it from the low to the high. And you know, look at we get the Market Cipher printing the bottom as we're bouncing off of these levels. You know, we wouldn't know, like right here, you could say we're getting a bounce off the 382. This wick looks super bouncy, but Market Cipher is telling us no, we're coming down more. It's not until we find the support on the 0.5 that it's like, okay, we're coming up. And then again, we find support down here at the 0.5. Okay, we're coming up. How would we know that, you know, the 382, again, how do we know that this would not be acting as our support? It's because of Market Cipher, and this works on all time frames too. Like if we go down to the 12-minute even. Go down to the 12-minute, and the move that we just had, like the nice little bounce that we got there, we take it from the swing low to the swing high. We can see that, you know, first of all, when we're bouncing off the 382, you know, Market Cipher is telling us we still got some downward movement. As we're getting this bounce off the 618, which would have been a super nice scalp, right? Off the 618, you could have made a nice, you know, 1% scalp there. We're literally printing a bottom on Market Cipher as we're getting that bounce. So, you know, that's why I use it. And also it's great for divergences. It shows you the money is coming into the asset. You know, if we just look at the 4-hour time frame, for example, if we just circle the money flow crosses, you know, these are where the pumps and the dumps happen, right? We get the money flow cross right here from the red, from the green into the red, and we get the move to the downside. We get the money flow cross from the red into the green right here, and we get to move to the upside, you know. To me, I like it much better than any other indicator. I like it better than the RSI, way better than the MACD. The MACD, I'm not a big fan of, but again, like we get the money flow crossover right here, massive pump. We get the money flow cross under right here, dump. Katya Olivan wants to know, do I keep a journal for trading? I used to keep a journal for trading. I recommend everyone do it. I've been lazy with it lately. I have been so busy, guys, that I've been lazy with the trading journal. But I definitely recommend it. Fang wants to know, do I think the Bitcoin price will go down to 65K? Well, if I turn my monitor upside down, perhaps that might happen. But for right now, I think we have to go up. We have to go up to hit that 65K level. And the only way I think, Fang, that we will hit that 65K level is if first we're able to break out of this zone of resistance, and then this zone of resistance, and then this zone of resistance. And if we can get past the 63.5 level, that's where I am looking to test a new all-time high for sure. For sure. Arabic name says, why did you not answer my question, please? I don't know what question you asked, bro. I'm sorry. We've got a lot of people in the chat. When do I think the bull cycle will end? Could end today, could end tomorrow, could have already ended. I don't know. That's why it's very important that we don't just get wrapped up in bull cycles and bull markets, but we learn how to trade, because when the bear market does come along, it'll be great opportunities for us to trade. And there's always going to be good opportunities for us to trade. And even though we've been in a bull market, for the past few weeks, we've really only been trading sideways for the past few weeks, right? We've been trading sideways, and most of our Bitcoin trades have been just long the supports and short the resistances. So that's kind of what you would do if we were not even in a bull market. So if you're looking to trade and make money trading, just remember that, this is a skill that transcends bulls and bears and all the different animals that you might want. Anshuk Aurora wants to know, is my course for absolute beginners? Yes, it is. Yes, it's for absolute beginners. Magician Jewelry says all-time high is coming. Daily Grow Exotics, am I going to add to my Bitcoin long at the trend line? It's very possible that I will add to my Bitcoin long when I feel that we are getting the momentum that I want to see. Right now, looks like we might be actually getting it, guys. Looks like we might be actually getting it. We've got the bullish divergence in full effect here. If it confirms on the 12 minute, let's go to the 6 minute here. It's looking nice. It's looking a little nice, guys. It really is. Can Bitcoin come down to 55K? Absolutely, it can. Absolutely, it can. All right, Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic is a coin that I have recently gotten into, and to be honest, guys, I'm in the red on it right now, but I'm still expecting this thing to get some more pumpage, because we've formed a very nice support. We formed a very nice support, and on the higher time frames, like the 12-hour, we can see that things are looking nice. On the 8-hour, we can see they were looking nicer, but they're still looking nice. Saad Al says, is my course for Market Cipher users only? Yes, I recommend you have Market Cipher if you're going to take the course. And if you don't have Market Cipher, you can get a discount by clicking the link in the description of this video right here. To get a 5% discount, you can use this code. So I'll just drop this in the chat there. Get a 5% discount on Market Cipher. Boom. Boom. Shout out to Crypto Yacht. in the chat, holding it down. Holding it down. What a classy guy Crypto Yacht is. The Litecoin ETH pair. Samir, I'll have to check it out after I do some real analysis on it. I don't want to do it on the fly, and I also have to cut out quick. Satvik Singh says, I don't have $300 to invest in a course for now. Sorry, how can I learn from your YouTube? Guys, you can go to my YouTube channel. If you go to youtube.com and you search for Jason Casper, come over to my channel here. And you can go to playlists. And right here, Market Cipher tutorials. And even just some of my videos. You can learn a lot from some of these videos. And some of these videos, they're kind of like hidden gems. I have to be honest with you guys. They're kind of hard to find. You got to find them because they're not in a playlist. But there's a lot of good information in these videos. I'm telling you guys, a lot of good information. A lot of good information. I'll tell you right here. This video right here, Simple Bitcoin Trading Strategy. My name is Jason No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so, yeah, check out this video right here. Simple Bitcoin Trading Strategy. How to find the best trades. A lot of good stuff in there. I do Twitter updates. I need to do Twitter updates. I need to get my stuff together. Shout out to Premier Crypto. What time will I trade pair USDT? I like the inverse perpetual. Yeah, James O. Yeah, bars, man. How embarrassing is it? When you accidentally drop a white boy rap in the middle of your TA video. Yeah, Max Tiesto does say if you can't afford the course, you shouldn't be trading. But here's the thing: it's not a bad time to learn. Okay, it's not a bad time to learn. So there's plenty of free stuff out there to get a foundation. Twitter sucks. Bitcoin is dumping. Look at VeChain. Guys, I actually have to close the stream. I have to dip out. But I appreciate everyone for being here. Unfortunately, we did not get the 3,000 likes, so I can't give away the 0.1 BTC. But I do pray that all of you are blessed in the mighty name of Jesus, the Messiah, the God who created everything, seen and unseen. And so receive this blessing in the Hebrew language. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom b'shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Yisrael, which in English means, may the Lord bless you and protect you, and may He cause His face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you, and may He lift up His countenance upon you and give you wholeness and peace in the name of Jesus the Messiah, the God of Israel.